a continuation of what's happening to dressage now, right after this. Hello fellow equestrians, how you doing guys? I'm Nolan M Cruz. I'm here to make your life just a bit better. So here we go. So a few videos ago I did bring up the whole classical, or what I like to call classical, good dressage and how it's slowly being warped into the competitive side. But what I didn't bring up, or what I didn't talk about, is why I think it's going that way. Disclaimer, this is just honestly my 2 cents worth. This is my opinion. I'm not here to say, you know, this riding's bad, that riding's bad, all of it's bad. I'm not here to say that. I'm just honestly giving my 2 cents worth. You'll hear me a lot talk about, you know, now versus 30 years ago. And no, I am not older than 30, so don't get too excited by saying, oh, Nolan was there. No, but my mother was back in what I like to call the golden age. No Golden Girl references. You know, back when dressage was there, when it was good, when you had a really good atmosphere going and it was bopping and what I'd love dressage to go back to. She was in that time. And when I speak to her about that, you know, and versus what we are dealing with now, there is a fun side to it. And it's interesting to, you know, bop ideas back and forth regarding what it used to be, what it is now. But there is one thing I did come up with. We've already just kind of spoken about how the horse world has changed. And how, you know, dressage has gone from there to here. I did bring up in the previous video, which I will link to above here, why kind of the horse world has changed. One aspect, which is, you know, influencers and how they project their opinions into things and how kind of the general public eat it up. But what I also like to talk about is the money side of things. And we all know money is a big thing in it, which if you haven't watched my previous video regarding why Florida is the way it is as, you know, clinic land and, you know, horse show world, the video is linked up there. But money is a big situation and it is a big part of the horse world, especially in our new dressage world. So let's talk about 30 years ago. The show rings, the horse world, the dressage world was full of pros and amateurs alike. Horse shows were like busting out the sides. Like you could do the whole, have your own rig, you toss on your horse, you go for a show, you know, Saturday or Sunday, whatever it was. And you pretty much showed off the trailer, you did your show, you got on and you went home and it was amazing. But that was back in the time when, you know, boarding, training, and showing in itself was all really affordable. Today, it's not. It's so different these days. In my little corner of the world, everything has slowed right down. Like show numbers are completely down. You know, a lot of people are like getting out of the horse business, which is really sad because it's just too expensive. Why am I going to spend out $1,000 to be in the ring for 5 minutes when I could spend that $1,000 on either clinics or my own training or have a vacation? But as much as I'd like to say that, you know, that's the reason because everything's so expensive, that's not the reason why training in dressage has kind of taken a turn. But I think it's very much linked. Hear me out for like a few minutes. Just hear me out. So because everything is so low, like money-wise, like, you know, showing and training and boarding, everything's like slowing right down. Trainers are kind of, and when I say trainers, I mean like trainers and coaches and all that, they're all kind of getting a little antsy. They're getting a little stressed because the income is not the same as it should be. But as much as all that has gone down, you know, having your own facility still costs the same, if not more. So let's just take it to a training aspect as, you know, a coach. Coach, number one, is going to tell their kid, their student, that they are the next big thing. They are the next pro. And I hear this all the freaking time at Barnes. That, oh, this guy, this kid, this 15-year-old, he's going to be the next pro. Oh, she's going to be our next pro. She has natural talent. They have no work ethic, but they got natural talent. The student isn't doing it well. The student isn't doing it correctly, but the coach is on the sideline patting them on the ass saying, yes, you're amazing. Yeah, that was a beautiful jump. Yeah, that was great. That change was brilliant. Oh, I'm so happy I put you in that double bridle. It looks fantastic now. Oh my gosh, you are doing so well. And they keep telling, especially the kids, they do it, you know, they say it to the older crowd too, but mainly the younger crowd, to get them going, I'm going to keep coming back to this coach because they think I'm the next pro. And I did, please note, I did bring this up in another video regarding, you know, they're going to be the next pro, whoa, which I will link to up there. The sad part about becoming a pro, good luck kids, because they keep patting these kids on the ass, saying how great they are. You're going to be the next Charlotte, you're going to be the next Isabel, you're going to be the next Carl Hester, okay? Just to get that next wad of cash, as I like to say. Okay, that'll reel them in. They think I can do something for them as a coach. I'll just reel them in so I get my next paycheck. A little exaggerated, perhaps, but it leads me to my next point. We are in the generation where everybody you meet is the next pro. So these same students grow up thinking they're the bee's knees, if you will. They grow up thinking they're the best thing on the planet. They are amazing riders, which they're doing unschooled horses, might I add. And they don't learn anything. And then when they are given something, because they are the next pro, might I add, when they're given something that isn't 100% schooled, they struggle. And they can't make it happen. What do you mean if I just don't do this, it doesn't just do it? Then they struggle, and it hits them in the ego. It slaps them across the face. And the funny thing about egos, especially when you are young, you don't like to be wrong. And I don't think anybody really likes to be wrong. But when you aren't wrong, like if you can't come to terms with the fact that you're wrong, you're going to find ways to make yourself right. To make it that you are right. And this is what's happening especially in our dressage world. They find a way to be right. And that ends up the riders cutting corners. I mean, let's be honest, like we've all been there. I know I have been there. Very mindset many, many years ago. And I mean, as humans, we don't like being wrong. It's not in our nature to go, oh yeah, I was wrong, yeah. But you know what? If we're always right, what do we ever learn? Okay, so and, you know, that's just my 2 cents worth. Like, we're in an era where we have the youngins coming up who, you know, the coaches, instead of teaching them the proper way, that's if the coaches know the proper way, might I add. But we're stuck in this mode where these children, and as I say, I don't mean like 6, 7, 8-year-olds who, you know, I want to be a pro when I grow up. I'm talking about like 17, 18, 19-year-olds who think they are the next pro. When life it inevitably happens, when life comes and smacks them up the head with reality, the new thing is, at least what I've seen, is they aren't wrong. And they will find a way to show people that they are right. And that's when they go into the manhandling. Then they start putting on gadgets, and that's when they start forcing horses to do things that they shouldn't be doing yet. And you know what? Like, just throw the double bridle and I'll fix everything. That's where we're kind of at. And I think that's why dressage has gone more competitive riding than it has real correct riding. The real system that real pros, good pros, have gone to learn. They travel over to Germany and they learn the school. They learn the real system. It's getting lost. It's really getting lost these days. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or concerns, or hey, maybe you have a comment, just anything, drop it down in the comments below. I love to engage with my audience. Let me know what you think. Do you think that dressage has gone in a totally different direction than it should, or do you think, hey, we're right on the money? Whatever you think, let me know down below. And if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I do follow back Horsey account. And while you're at that, why not hit that like button, hit that share button. Hey, while you're at that, hit that subscribe button too. I do have new videos up every week, just for your entertainment, but also to help us through this little land we call the horse industry. I'm Nolan M Cruz, and I will talk to you later. Ciao!